What can we learn from the art of selling? While Mastering the Art of Selling is undoubtedly an old book, it is far from obsolete. No matter what stage of development you are in as a salesperson, knowing how to master the art of selling is always critical. How to master the art of selling: use an authoritative tone throughout the art of selling. Get a complete picture of the prospect you're selling to. If you learn as much as you can about your product before a meeting or presentation, you are much more likely to answer the prospect's questions correctly. Potential customers themselves want to know that you are confident in your product or service. The best way to communicate this to an authority figure. Perhaps you had potential clients who would like to wait and think about it, potential customers who already have something that you sell, potential customers who have been with your competitor for years. You are not selling for yourself, you are selling for your potential customers. The second benefit of selling is that you have the freedom to be as successful as you want to be. Selling a business can be confusing, and one wrong move can cost you dearly. No one, absolutely no one, regardless of their place in the corporate hierarchy, at home or in society, nobody can do without selling. Sales is one of the few remaining professions where you can be yourself and basically do what you want. Like all other time-honed talents and skills, selling something is an art that takes practice to get better, and eventually get better. Companies invest a lot of time and training in training methodologies and science-related best practices. The success of your sales efforts can often depend on your talent and perseverance, but there are some techniques and best practices that you can use to make sure your work is as effective as possible. Considered the #1 resource for mastering closing skills, there's no fuss or theory here, just proven, effective selling techniques and practical skills to help you instantly increase sales. Mastering the art of selling anything with interpersonal skills. While product knowledge is essential, communicating with customers can be critical to closing a deal. While sales reps often use sales methodologies to sell a product, relationship building is usually the goal of any interaction with potential customers. The key to success in sales is to hone your skills during the meeting so that you become memorable to other people and remember them as much as possible to impress them even more in the second meeting, which will hopefully be a sales situation. Let's say a sales rep selling chatbot software is about to meet with a potential buyer who runs an online clothing store. Spin sales require the sales rep to build a strong enough relationship for the prospect to be open about the prospect's concerns. This is considered the highest level of sales skill, which is to convince the customer to make a purchase, even if he does not really need the product or service. Selling is the only way to let the world know what you have to offer. A silent but very experienced person will not attract attention, but one who can speak and explain his, even limited, skills will attract the attention of his target and win hands. Selling helps build trust. Selling is to some extent about engagement and delivery. You have something to help your customers, so they need something from you. Selling, or the art of selling, means first helping someone buy, i.e. accept, your offer, goods, services, or ideas, to satisfy that person's needs or desires. Selling ice to an Eskimo, a famous saying, epitomizes the art of selling. The Art of Selling a Business is author John Warrillow's award-winning master plan for selling a business. I've looked at a few other educational resources for artists, and I can tell you that they all fall short of what selling art covers. Without further ado, here is a list of those platforms. A good strategy to start selling art online is to partner with an existing platform. ArtPal allows more experienced artists to create their own websites to sell their original work and reproductions of their work. If you're art-focused, maybe selling reproductions isn't the best idea, and if you're a pop artist, maybe starting a merchandising line is a good move. Selling is very much like interpretive dance or impromptu comedy, a free art form that requires tact and charisma. It's not because selling is easy that the required skills are well documented, or that, as far as I'd like to believe, listening to a salesperson's podcast every morning on the way to the office makes salespeople instantly awesome. Regardless of experience level, only a few of the workshop participants were able to tell me the most important sales skill, which, if not used, is the cause of many sales losses. Sales reps with a combination of skills and abilities can solve common problems in sales situations, overcome objections, and create value. If you've only been selling mobile phones for the last 6 weeks, chances are you already know a lot more about your product than 99% of your customers. In the workplace, you are not only selling yourself, personal brand, but also the organization you work for and its products. Consumers sell their experience with a person, satisfaction from using a service or product to others, who then, based on this feedback, demand time/skills, service, or product from people.